More and more patterns emerge as I think about what links all the female narcissist friends I have had and those I've known but haven't been friends with as well. This realization came to me after making a video about the so-called high moral values female narcissists often claim to have. They use these values to create a front, setting themselves apart from other women or girls, especially in the presence of men or boys. For example, a narcissist might proudly speak about not using contraception, knowing that the boys or men around her are very religious and value this stance. The narcissist is aware that this high moral rule will earn her admiration and respect. At the same time, it allows her to distance herself from and judge other women who either use contraception, are okay with using it, or simply don't boast about their stance as she does. She makes these women seem inferior by judging them, sometimes openly, but often in a covert and harsh way. This is just one theoretical example, but the core idea remains: the narcissist will always find something that makes her stand out, amplifying her own qualities while pushing other women down. A normal woman with personal values might stick to her beliefs and even speak openly about them, but she wouldn't belittle or ridicule others either overtly or covertly. Female narcissists, however, are acutely aware that by doing what they do, they gain a special place in a male-dominated group, which gives them privilege. This dynamic also becomes evident in discussions about women's rights today. Female narcissists often act as obstacles to progress in this area. They are frequently put forward to speak on TV alongside women advocating for these rights. These narcissists know that by opposing women's rights, they can gain individual privileges, even if it harms gender equality as a whole. I've seen this many times on TV. Typically, two women are brought into a studio, along with one man who leads the conversation. The male host often presents himself as neutral, but he structures the discussion so that the female narcissist gets to speak both before and after the pro-women's rights advocate. The narcissist's covert ridicule of the other woman's arguments becomes the lasting impression, as the male host wraps up the show before the advocate can respond. This ensures the female narcissist gains the support of men and uninformed viewers, who believe her position seems reasonable or even righteous. She understands the workings of higher-level power structures and how these influence everything below. Despite knowing how much harm the lack of women in top decision-making positions causes, she doesn't care. Her focus is on maintaining her own privileged position and the support she gains by serving the existing power dynamics. This behavior appeals to men at the top, whose aims she serves, as well as to people who lack a deeper understanding of systemic inequality. To these audiences, her arguments seem legitimate. Meanwhile, those who truly understand the dynamics, insiders who see the manipulation, are often unable to speak the truth. People are conditioned to mistrust these truths because of the manipulative screen the narcissist helps construct. This dynamic is strikingly similar to the patterns seen in narcissism itself. A deeper understanding comes only when you observe these systems from the inside, from the higher levels where the laws and conditioning originate. Without this insider perspective, one might think women's lack of rights isn't a significant issue because, from an ordinary perspective, it's not immediately visible. For example, when you watch TV or observe the world at surface level, it might seem like there isn't a problem. You see plenty of women working, even in roles that appear equal to men's. It may even look like men are occasionally at a disadvantage. But the real problem lies at the higher levels, where systemic barriers are carefully maintained, often in ways designed to seem invisible. At these higher levels, they put women into visible positions to create an illusion of equality. To uninformed observers, it looks like women are abundant in these roles, perhaps even outnumbering men. However, the reality is different. These women are often paid far less than they deserve, ridiculed simply because they are women, or dismissed as stupid even when their ideas are brilliant. A man repeating the same idea might be praised and promoted. This entire structure is designed to be self-sustaining. Women who try to challenge it are often met with exhaustion and frustration, realizing that there is nothing you can do about this. The choice becomes clear: accept the system or leave. In fact, those in power prefer women to leave, as it reinforces their narrative: well, women just drop out. They could have taken those positions, but they chose not to. But the truth is, women don't leave because they lack ambition or ability. They leave because, at some point, they choose to preserve their sanity,